Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? I am in the kitchen, and I took a shower, y'all, and I have got bouffant hair. I told Robert, I said, when my hair starts getting long, it gets, because I've got such thick hair. So anyway, I've got it pinned up here a little bit. I got bobby pins like my granny used to do. She used to always put her hair up with bobby pins. I just have decorative bobby pins. But anyway, we're going to make some chili today because we want some food made up for this snow that's coming. So you all just stick with us. If you haven't ever made turkey chili, you can watch how I make it. And if you want to make you some, try it. I believe I like turkey chili just about as good as I do beef chili. So try you some turkey chili if you want to. Okay, I chopped 2 big onions in my chili because I'm making 2 pounds of turkey meat. So I use 2 big onions, and I do a rough cut. I don't cut little small dices on this because they'll cook up. It doesn't really matter. I like bigger pieces of onion in it. So I'll be right back when I get the onion chopped. Okay, because I use 97% lean turkey, it's usually I buy Butterball usually. That's why I don't like this Farm to Family. It's not that I don't like the turkey, but it's supposedly made by Butterball, but it's 97% lean. So when I use this, I always put just a little bit of olive oil in my kettle, because it will stick to your kettle if you don't, because it's so lean. And I just take it and brush it around, get it up the sides a little bit. This makes my kettle harder or easier to clean. Then I dump my turkey in there. Then I'm going to put my onions in, just a second. Put my onions in here. Then I take my hands and I mix the turkey up. Try to squish it up with the onions. Because it's so lean, you have to, sometimes I have to take a spatula and chop it up. But I do it like this a little bit, and that way it helps a little bit. Spreads it out. Now I gotta get all the turkey off my hands. Let me get one finger here that's not touched any. Okay, gonna turn the burner. I'm gonna turn it on high until it gets started cooking. Once it starts sizzling and frying, I turn it down to medium low, put my lid on it, and that steam helps the turkey cook. And I usually cook it until the turkey is done, and I've got it chopped up the way I want it. And I'll be back in just a second. Okay, the turkey is starting to sizzle. You can kind of hear it, but I'm going to let you know what else you'll need if you want to make this chili. I use a 20-ounce can of diced petite tomatoes, and these are hunts. I don't usually get hunts. But we got these at the Amish bulk food store for $1 a can. That big can for $1. And I use 1 small container of red gold or Contadina tomato paste. I used to use tomato juice, but this is the same thing. It's just concentrated. You just add water to it. I use 2 small cans or 1 big can of diced green chilies. I use 2 cans of Bush's. That's my favorite kidney beans. I use 1 light red, 1 dark red. I rinse them before I put them in there. I didn't used to do that, but if you're watching your sugar and things and you're watching your salt, always rinse these. That way it gets part of the salt out and part of that starch out. So I'm going to turn my turkey down just a little bit because it's sizzling pretty good. And this is my big spoon that my mama gave me. I'm going to move this around just a little bit. Now that it got turned down, I'm going to put the spoon right there. I'm going to put this lid on it. And I'm going to let this steam cook it quite a bit. So we'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to open up all these cans. This is how I just, when it gets pretty much done, I just chop it up a little bit like this to get smaller pieces, because they do clump a lot. So if you cook the turkey, you'll want to kind of chop it in smaller pieces. Okay, the chili is well on its way. It is cooking down quite a bit. I've chopped my turkey a little finer. It's still got some pretty good sized pieces in it though. You just chop it however fine you want it. Some people like it really fine and some don't. I'm trying to leave some pretty good sized pieces in it. Let me get this is my chili powder. This is my favorite chili powder. I buy it, Robert and I buy big containers of it now, and I just get all what I need. But anyway, we're going to put that in here. I'm going to get me a big spoon here. This is a tablespoon. You can see what I got here. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons like that right there in there. If you don't like that much chili powder, don't use that much. Everybody's different. Then I'm going to add my can of tomato paste. I used to carry around big cans of tomato juice. And I started probably about 25 years ago, maybe about that time. I started, they didn't have tomato juice one time, so I got tomato paste, and I tried it. Well, it works fine. And then if you want a little bit more tomato, then you can add some chopped tomatoes in it. And I do that usually. These are my chopped green chilies. I didn't used to put chilies in, in my chili. Well, heck, come out of there. There we go. Because we didn't have them in our grocery stores. They just started carrying stuff like this in the last 15, 20 years. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to stir this up just a little bit. Let me get a bottle of water. And I put a whole bottle of water in there. Get it stirred up to where I can maneuver everything in here. You want to get I probably ought to have an apron on, because usually every time I do this I'll splatter myself. I had a sneezing fit a while ago, you all, so that's why I'm kind of... Let me pause you for a minute. Okay, now we're going to put the tomatoes in. And I always usually taste of the tomatoes. Just to make sure. But you can't beat a quarter can. And we just stir this up good. Let everything kind of meld together. And I'm going to let this get hot. Then I'm going to rinse my beans off and I'm going to put them in. We'll be right back. Okay, the chili is boiling again. And I've rinsed my beans off over here. And I'm going to put them in. I'm going to do it really fast. Now, I haven't put any salt or anything like that in here yet. And I'm not going to salt mine a lot because I can't eat all the salt. When I eat a bunch of salt, then my body holds on to the fluid. So I don't do that. I never have been a big salt eater anyway. So I told Robert, and he'll just salt his. I put a little salt in it, but not much. And I usually put 1 pack of Splenda in it. Sometimes 2. It takes the bitterness off of the tomatoes. And you can do it with 2 tablespoons of sugar if you'd rather use the sugar. You can use brown sugar or white sugar, either one. Tomatoes, when you put tomatoes in things like this, tomatoes have a bitter aftertaste to them. So the little bit of Splenda or a little bit of sugar takes that bitter taste away. So you're not making it sweet, but now my son-in-law, my Isaiah's daddy that passed away, he used to make chili, and his chili was sweet, and it was good. It was good. It was a hot sweet, and but anyway. We're going to add some more water because we want enough water that this can simmer for about 30 minutes. Because we want this to cook for a while together. So that's about a quart of water, almost a quart of water I've added to this. And you all might wonder why I'm using my bottled water to do this. I don't like the way our city water tastes. And I just don't, I don't like the chemical taste it has in it. We're going to put just a little bit of salt. Probably about, not even a tablespoon. For this whole kettle. That's all I'm going to put in it. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. Because when I put cheese in mine, it's going to put salt in it. Cheese has got salt in it. And, you know, Robert's got to where he's so used to eating the way I eat. I don't think he pays any attention to not having all the salt. And he's kind of learned it's not good for you to get in the habit of eating all that salt anyway. Okay, now, I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes, and then it'll be done. But I'll taste it again in about 20 minutes. I'll taste it, because then you can really taste to see how much salt you've got, how much, whether you need any more sugar or Splenda, whatever you're using. I use that little bit of Splenda because it does the same thing. It knocks the whang off of that tomato. So, and if you need more chili powder, whatever, you know, that you know, if you're going to need something else in it, always taste it before you stop. Because that's how you become a good cook, is learning to taste your food. So, we'll be back, and you all make you some chili, and we'll see you later. Bye.